Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't even dance, I just two-step lazy. Back against the wall, shawty working me crazy. Catch me in a function, I'm a murder Val Baby. The homie got his compare them border all safe. Yak in my cup, give a fuck, I'm getting paid. Hands in the air, niggas doing sign language. It's 2 a.m. and the cops ain't ready. It's 2 a.m. and I'm still getting paid. Yeah, motherfucker, let me talk my shit. I heard Sam blew up. Ain't that a bitch? This album number 7, ain't none of them miss. Y'all praising wrong niggas, stop sucking dick. Public enemy number 1, I think I found my niche. I was broke before I stepped in the booth, stepped out on rich. Just pulled up in the how the fuck you get that type of wish. Couple levels in the doorway just to keep my parents tip. I'm from the murder. Only reason I feel like this, put them in the obituary if a rap nigga diss. I got hood rich and moment to plug through the assist to give a fuck about these hoes, they ain't flies my bitch. I don't even dance, I just choose to that bass.
Yeah, that shit out right now. That's called Take My Hand, man.
You already know what it is.
Yeah. That's out right now.
Yeah, go get that, man. C.M. McDuff, the one and only. You already know. No Pressure Records. We back at it. Welcome back. This is episode 4. Uno, dos, tres, 40. 41. Yes, sir. Yeah, episode 4 on the man. Appreciate you rocking with us. Again, I'm Groovy Graves. To my left.
Tanner B in the house. You know what it is.
And to my right.
Big Sam McDuff, we in here, man. You feel me?
Let's get it, man. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Man, I feel good. Hey, you know what? We it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
you feel me? And you know, there's been a lot of turn up going on. We had a birthday over here. You feel me?
Yes,
Since
sir.
the last episode, you know what I'm saying? So
shout out all my Scorpios real quick. Gotta get that out there. Yeah, we misunderstood, but yeah.
Absolutely, man. But I've been good, bro. I've just been in here and tapped in, working.
Yeah. You've been really working a lot lately.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
You've been. I mean,
This man in front of the camera, behind the scenes, in the
Man,
shop. I mean, you doing it all,
he's been
man.
working
So
like a dog lately.
Yeah,
it's
too, man.
Second to none.
again, shout out No Pressure Records for sure, man. So let's go ahead and dive right into it, huh? We're gonna start off with this World Series. The takeaways we got from that, obviously, that went through. Astros got it done.
Yeah.
They got it done. Did you guys feel like they were gonna do that?
Yeah, they were really good, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, I didn't want them to, but
Y'all think no one did really, right?
They were really good. So like now you can't really call them cheaters anymore because they did it. They did it, bro. Hey, Philly was on a roll. Philly was really on a roll, and I really wanted Bryce Harper to do it. And I was a Bryce Harper hater, but that man, I mean, he did wonders this postseason. But like I said, the Astros they're too good top to bottom.
Right, that's like a complete team right there. A fully complete team. You can tell. I mean, baseball obviously a team sport. Like you said, Philly was hot. They had maybe, I think the star power was kind of equal. Bryce Harper was a household name.
Right.
Got Jordan Alvarez, obviously, and then Altuve, those guys over there. But, yeah, they got it done. I'm happy for Dusty Baker, too, man. He's been in that position a lot.
Yeah.
And he's about to finally get over that hump.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's been around the game for a long time.
Very long time.
So it's always good to see, the African-American brothers and stuff like that to actually get to that level and actually win the whole thing, especially in a sport like that.
Right,
Absolutely.
Shout out to Dusty, man. And like I said, Bryce, they were on the roll, man. Bryce Harper was playing amazing.
They're a wild card team, bro.
They
were
ran
a wild
it.
card team, but they just ran through it. I mean, shout out to Philly. They did their thing, but I mean, ultimately the Astros took it. You know what's a fun fact is I didn't even know. I knew Verlander was dealing this year, but he put up a 1.75 ERA for the whole year. I mean, he just got announced. He just won his third
Cy Young.
His third Cy Young. Third Cy Young.
That's beastie.
Bro, that's
legendary.
He's a legendary company right
Hall
there.
of Famer for sure.
Oh, for sure.
First
Without
ballot.
a doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, Pena, the rookie shortstop, replacing Correa. I mean, I didn't think he was going to blow up like this, but
Right, ended up winning the World Series MVP,
and the World
right?
Series, I mean, man, he took off. He took off. Correa who?
Yeah, right.
Correa who?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. No Correa, no problem, man. So,
yeah.
How about you? Did you see this coming, kind of, or were you?
You know what? I've always said this, like, since the Astros last won it, that I was an Astro hater.
Right,
Yeah.
of course. A lot of people are, man.
You know what I'm saying? But, with everything that happened and how it played out and all that, so seeing it happen again, I kind of, I knew they were going to win it after the Phillies had a great win going into that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was epic, but I knew, like, these guys been here before.
Exactly.
That recently, so I always give that to the more you're in these type of situations,
Right.
the more likely you are to win. But it would have been dope to see Philly fucking take that, bro, being coming from their circumstance and their situation. They were balling,
Yeah.
you feel me? But, like, once we got there and it was all said and done between them, I knew who was gonna take it.
After they skunked New York,
I was gonna say
swept them. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I think Philly. I mean, I was thinking Philly had a chance, but I mean, to skunk New York after the season they had,
right? Exactly.
I was like, damn, like that's pretty hard to do. That I mean,
they meant business for sure.
Oh yeah,
that series, and they were not playing.
For sure.
The Yankees, I think there's a few turning points in that series, a few maybe outs, innings that they could have swung it a certain way, but there's also a few games in there where Astros just took it to him, you know, and it ran it up on him, man.
And Altuve was hitting like crap that that whole round. I mean, the whole ALCS, Altuve was. I think he went like 0 for 25, like his first 25 at bats, and they still swept the Yankees.
Complete team, Mike. Going back to the complete team thing.
I mean, one of your best hitters, if not your best hitter, goes 0 for 25, and you still sweep the Yankees. Like that talks volumes,
Yeah,
facts. For sure.
And I gotta shout out my boy Black Lefty. I was talking shit, and that's his team, so he get the last laugh.
Okay.
Lefty, you feel me?
He's good all year until it's over, man. Let's say we get good again, but yeah, for sure. So that wraps up baseball season. So man, it was a good season all in all. A lot of historic greats with it. Pujols retiring, and then Yadier retiring, and then Aaron Judge having the year he did. And I wish my Angels could have had some type of highlight. Of course, we didn't take it away, but
the Dodgers went out.
Yeah, early, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So
looking forward to next season, though. Always.
Oh yeah, always. Spring training's gonna be fun. That stuff is cool and everything like that. So on to the next. Now we got basketball popping up, man. Who's hot and who's not right now?
I like that.
Who's hot? Who's not? What's the deal? Who got the drop, man? Let's go ahead. Start off with the West 10. You highlighted a few teams. Who we got over there?
Hey, I wasn't expecting Portland to be number one in the West right now.
Shout out Dame Dollar. I think I talked about it earlier in one of the episodes. I mean, he's just a leader. Just a go-getter.
Right.
You feel me? Just an alpha dog. It's just gonna. When you go to war with him, go to battle with him. Obviously on the court, speaking in that sense, that he's gonna get out of him. Gonna get his all.
You know what I love about Dame too is he's had all the opportunity to go somewhere else.
Yep.
And he is stuck true to his roots.
And you know what? You kind of gotta I kind of commend him on that. Even though I want to see him in another jersey, see him go crazy somewhere else, that'll be epic. But you know what? We lose those kind of players.
Yeah.
To bounce around and chase a ring, and sometimes it's cool. But it's dope to stay.
Right.
Like Kobe stayed.
Duncan,
Kobe, Duncan
Dirk,
stayed.
Bird, Magic, so players like that are just historic to a franchise that that they mean more to the city than just basketball.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
So Dame is one of those guys in the community. He's plugged in. You know what I mean? So for sure, Portland is hot right now. They got a young core around him. Jeremy Grant pickup was huge. Got Josh Hart, who's a good pickup, solid role player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Anthony Simmons is his name. Anthony.
Yeah.
Simmons, he's a stud baller. Has heart. Doesn't mind taking the last shot. And they're just playing, I feel like, as a complete unit. They're playing for one another.
They're playing for one another.
Right. And so, and Johnson Bullock's over there coaching them up, right? He's a champion. He knows what he's doing. He's been in certain positions, certain things.
Now, do you think, it's very early, we first quarter of the season. Right. Do you think they're going to stand the test of time throughout the season up there?
I can. If they stay healthy, I think they can.
I don't necessarily think they'll stay at the number one spot, but I do see them in the top four.
Yep.
For sure.
I can agree more.
I see them in the top four at the end of the season. I see them in the top four still.
I'm hoping they can stay healthy. Who knew trading CJ McCollum would be kind of not a key to opening them up, but
hey, that's crazy because I thought that was honestly gonna be the downfall in a sense.
Right, man, why would you let go of your top two backcourt? But sometimes players just don't fit. I mean, I'm sure they're great players. Obviously, separate. CJ's doing this thing in New Orleans, but when you kind of separate them and they're able to kind of do their own thing, I feel like CJ is almost a leader on that team as well, being a vet around Brandon Ingram and Zion and those young guys over there. So I think it worked out for both teams.
I think so too. You're right. Yeah.
And I want to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That man is balling crazy right now. Was balling crazy last year too. Don't get enough hype. He's in the small market OKC. I get it. I got a few young talent players over there too. But man, I mean, hitting buzzer beaters, hitting game winners, dropping 40, 10. I mean, he's everywhere on the stat sheet. You can look, his name is under those stats, man.
And I love
he's
it
having an amazing season.
They say the Thunder is like the farm system for the whole of NBA, and now he's turning it up. He's like, what farm system?
Yeah,
I'm here.
Right. Yeah,
I'm here.
I'm here. Pretty much. Yeah. I'm him. I'm here. Yeah, letting them know that he's a baller too. Like you said, has grit, has heart. I love to see them make a playoff push, man. If they can to go against all odds. Obviously, everybody's here and tanking for that young rookie guy, the unicorn, the alien, the 7-footer hitting floating threes. But You know, I mean, as a competitor, I don't think there is no sense of tanking as a competitor. You want to win every game you're
exactly.
in. You know
Absolutely.
So see if they can make a run towards it.
You know who in the West I'm kind of liking, bro? I know that they probably won't do nothing crazy, but they got De'Aaron Fox.
Oh man!
Right now, that motherfucker's a hooper, bro. That I was like, the last game he played against the Lakers last week.
Yeah.
Like he had like 2 points in the first half, and he was like 30 something.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, he made everything.
It was over,
right? And he does that. And I was like, okay, we got this motherfucker out the game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, bro. That and I think he's maybe they're missing a little something over there. Like, imagine if they had healthy Boogie back in the day with that kind of team. I think that would be something special. But Sack, and being a Laker fan, we hate Sack.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying.
They probably hate us more than we hate them. But
no, for sure. But see, De'Aaron Fox go out there balling. They got some cool guys over there off the bench.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they're another team from the West. That
they might be a sleeper. You never. Maybe they can sneak into the top 8.
I think they have like the longest playoff drought or the longest playoff drought. I think every active player in the NBA has never played them in the postseason. Pretty much, put it like that.
That's wild.
No cap. And I'm talking about Udonis Haslem is still an active player. He played in the league for 20-something years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To be honest with you, I can't think of them being in the playoffs since Chris Webber.
And Mike Bibby, Mike Jackson, Paige Turkoglu. We're dropping names on that from the rip. That's how you know we know what we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. I like Sacramento. Even though, like I said, being a Laker, De'Aaron Fox, a young star in the making for sure. It's a guard-driven league, and he's taking over for sure. He can go up and down the court. He reminded me of John Wall, his speed and transition and things like that, man.
He's
so
a hooper, for
the
sure.
West is kind of, in a weird way, it's kind of wide open.
I think the
Memphis
top
is doing
6
their
teams
thing.
are all. I mean, whoever's at the top's only. I think Portland's only like a half game in front of Phoenix. And then everybody else that falls in line is like a game apart.
Yeah, it might be one of those years. I think I mentioned it too on the podcast where like the West had like all playoff teams had like 50 wins and like only 1 or 2 games separated. One of those years with like Popovich and Kobe and Houston with T-Mac and it was like only 2 or 3 games separated you between like 1 and 6. You feel me? And that's a major drop between hosting a game, a playoff series, and have to go on the road with all those games. So
Phoenix is making another push. I mean, they're always going to be good no matter what, and I think they got a little chip on their shoulder for getting knocked
balanced
out.
by Luka.
Getting knocked out by Luka last year.
Got to leave a sour taste in the mouth after that.
Now, do you, with Phoenix, like, do you see them? Because I was gonna get into Golden State, but before that, you know what I'm saying. But do you think Phoenix really has what it takes over there? Are they? True. Do you feel like they can?
I feel like they do. I mean, I feel like that one year they went to the finals wasn't a fluke.
Chris Paul
over there, so they went to the finals. They've been to the finals. They have what it takes. They had a veteran coach, Monty Williams. He's been in tons of playoff series. So I feel like, again, it's a long season with basketball. These teams, I'm not saying that they're not trying to win every game, but they know there's peaks and valleys, and they know when they got to hit the right time, hit the right stride. Absolutely. And these games are still a filling out process. Obviously, they know their offenses and things like that, but they have maybe some new guys on the court that want to get implemented in. And they're kind of just filling out your team, your defensive rotations. And it's going to be a long season, but I do see them making playoff push.
What I like about Phoenix is the locker room tension with Ayton and Monty Williams. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird because they came into the season not on the same note. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're playing good right now, but there's always that animosity that could tear everything apart. You
Absolutely. Ayton almost didn't stay.
Yeah. Right. I think
he's almost.
He got another. Here's the crazy part about it though. For one, the coach has no control over contract issues.
Right.
That's on ownership. One, and speaking of ownership, their ownership's in turmoil as it is, right? So I guess I can understand where Aiden's coming from a player-coach perspective on that note. But yeah, Aiden, he got the other offer from Indiana, I believe it was. And so what I'm touching on is that Phoenix matched it. So it's like, obviously Phoenix wants you there. They didn't give you an initial offer. They want you to test the market so they can find out exactly where the market was at. So, yeah, I don't understand that tension either, really, between them. So hopefully they can smooth that over. But I can definitely see what Tanner's saying. That could be an issue moving forward. That could just be a quick leeway for the media to just flip certain things or certain stories, obviously.
And you know what, too, bro? Things with talking about players' retention. I don't want to say earlier this week I should have screenshotted it so we could have this conversation, but it was Kawhi over at the Clippers do you guys think? Have you guys heard any talks about what that locker room conversation is right now? You know what I'm saying? Does Kawhi want to stay? They're saying, is this another year where he's doing the same thing he did
when in San Antonio? When in San Antonio before he went over there to Toronto. Mm-hmm. I could definitely see that happening again.
I can for sure see it happening.
They're not clicking. They're not clicking.
I think that's more Paul George's team than it is.
Oh,
Kawhi.
for sure. In a weird way, Paul George has played more than Kawhi because of Kawhi's injuries and whatnot.
Exactly. He took over. Yeah. He took over last season. The last couple seasons.
Last few games he took over, hitting game winners. They're going to him down the stretch.
Come on.
You know, even with John Wall on the team, that is obviously still Paul George's team. You're exactly right. And touch on the Kawhi issue. I can see him doing that. I mean, you can't really tell a player how to treat his body if he doesn't agree with the doctors. You know what I mean? And that's on him. He's won his ring, Finals MVP, defensive player. His stats speak for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's a respected player in the league, regardless. And as a team, to even have him on your roster, I would value him in any decision he makes. Okay, we roll with it. You feel me? I understand the uncertainty behind it, though, because, like, man, we can't just have you roll in halfway through the season when we're making a playoff push, and all of a sudden our offense is kind of different now with you winning, obviously.
That screws up the chemistry, you know?
Yeah, it definitely will. So that's the only thing. It will mess up the chemistry of the team. I don't care what they say. You can't just plug a guy in, and your offense is going to immediately change with him.
It's not going to work. You're
running it through him.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think it's Kawhi's attitude? Not saying he has a bad attitude, but do you think him being kind of like a standoffish, quiet type of dude that doesn't allow him? I feel like he's more of not a selfish player, but like
he's self-centered. He's
his game is like you give him the rock and let him kind of go.
Right.
You feel me? It's not really like, somebody like they're to like, I don't know, not per se say coach him, but he seems like he kind of does his own thing. He's in his own world.
Right.
But does that get you championships? I mean, you got two of them though.
Yeah,
on two different teams.
Yeah, but you got to think about who was head coaching those teams. Pop, one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah, right.
And Nurse over there in Toronto. Yeah. I mean, he's a really good coach too.
Right.
Ty Lue's a good coach. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of feel like he kind of lets his players do their own thing in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was with Braun,
it wasn't like that though with Braun though.
No, I know.
Right.
I know, but I don't know. I just feel like he's kind of letting them do.
Well, he's a player's coach.
He's a player's coach.
And that's the issue when you're a player's coach is that sometimes there's a fine line between all of a sudden you're the homie and then now you got to coach him. Same thing with a manager and an employee type of deal. And I don't know, regular workers and like that. When you have relationships in the business with somebody and they're superior to you in a sense, but they're still cool to kick it. When things happen a certain way. It
can swing.
It can swing whatever way. Right. And emotionally, you won't be ready for it because you're like, I thought you was my boy. Like, no, this is business. So,
right.
With that being Kawhi, how he is as a player and as a person, it's difficult, I guess, to manage because you don't know what he's getting at. You don't know what he's feeling. He doesn't wear his heart on his emotions. He doesn't wear his sleeve on his heart on the sleeve. You know what I'm saying? You really can't monitor him or tell by his body language and things like that. So I think you just got to be in daily conversation with him. Like I said, he's one of the players I feel like you give him, like I said, his space, give him his time.
Yep.
And when he comes around and when he's ready, you know he's going to be ready and locked in. You know what I'm saying? So he's one of those extra players where it's kind of like they're in a different class and a different rarity, and you kind of just got to treat, unfortunately, you treat superstars with a different type of respect.
Exactly.
Certain ones get, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he's definitely earned his key. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just kind of hit the brakes on him and you treat him, I guess, lightly.
If you had to trade one though, do you trade Kawhi or do you trade Paul George?
Man,
in that scenario,
personally, Kawhi, my guy, with an M, all that, I love him. But thinking about a business perspective, I'm probably gonna get more for Kawhi than I would for Paul George.
You'll get more assets in return.
And even though Kawhi's a little bit older, but Kawhi is more proven, and he played in the playoffs, and obviously we had a pandemic peak thing and everything like that. Paul George, I ain't gonna slander him like that, but just Kawhi's more proven in the league at this point than Paul George, obviously. So I would have just had to go ahead.
And get some pieces for him.
Man,
and to bring over there with the guys.
Draft picks and everything.
Players. You get the whole nine.
Yep.
So, hey, you guys think Memphis can make a finals run?
Man, can they get over that hump this year? You know what I'm saying? They're playing with that swag. They're playing with that confidence.
I feel like they could have got over the hump last year, but Ja got hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that threw it all out the window. I feel like they were on the way to the finals.
Man, you just opened up a whole other world right now because then once they beat Golden State doesn't get that ring, and it's just Woo, man.
No, because if they would have went to the finals, Boston would have smacked them around.
There you go. That would have been. That would have been a series though, just because just who he is.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give Ja at least a game, and maybe he can win 2.
Right.
I don't know if it would go 6 or 7.
Golden State's falling off right now. I mean, it's a quarter of the season barely. I mean, but Golden State ain't looking too hot.
And but they might be championship hungover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll get it together. I'm not. I mean, they will. That's the Warriors.
Right.
They're gonna get it together.
And I think honestly,
you can never really count them.
Hell, no.
I think they want this in a way. I think they want everybody. They did it last year.
They need that. They need that kick.
When you're
the shit, bro, and you winning these rings like this, like you might need a little kick in your ass. You feel me? That's what some players, you need that. You feel me? It's hard to get a chip and then 2-peat.
Right.
You gotta have that Mamba mentality. You feel me? Not too many people.
Steph put up 50 the other night.
In a loss. I can't believe that. Like usually last season he does that and they're winning by 20.
20.
you know what I mean? And it's something they lose around. So yeah, I don't know. It's different. It's different
always
right
harder
there
the second time around.
And I think too, when you're a champion, Town can lose to this because this team won championships too, and Lakers can lose to this too. We know teams want you.
Yeah,
they go to that counter like, okay, we got this. They got a champion coming in. Oh yeah, we want them.
Well, then they think about when they got their asses kicked previously the season before, the same season earlier this season. They put that in their back pocket.
Yep.
They're like, ain't gonna happen again.
No, it's ain't y'all year this year. A new year, new team, new swag. So yeah, Memphis can definitely make that run. Ja is a young. It's weird. I feel like he's a young vet. Like he just plays on that level. Like,
and out of nowhere too, it's just like it was like a light switch.
Right, because he went to a lower D1, right? Was it I forgot what college he went to, but yeah, he wasn't like a big D1 or anything like that.
No, it was a lower D1.
So yeah,
for sure.
he came out of nowhere. He kind of come out of nowhere. Obviously, he was a highly touted pick. He did ball out in the conference that he was in, but yeah, he's blowing up. For sure, and looking back, going to the East now. Obviously, Boston is doing their thing with no head coach, a new head coach, young guy, balling out. But
interesting.
That team on there for me, I like Atlanta. But I'll let Tan get into Boston. Boston doing their thing.
Man, hey, honestly, I was really, really hurt when I seen Udoka got suspended for the season. I mean, I kind of just.
You're thinking this season's over.
I mean, I did. I was like, oh, well, there goes our chance of getting back to the finals out the window. I mean, you bring Mazzulla in, and then you got to think about this. Our our assistant coach is the coach for the Utah Jazz now. He went over there.
They're balling crazy.
That was the assistant coach. So he went over there. I'm like, who the hell is gonna? Who are we gonna get? Who's gonna be the interim?
Right. So
then we get Mazzulla. I started doing some research on him. He's been the bench coach there for 2 years, and then he's well respected around the league. But the dude's only 35.
Right.
How are you gonna have a manager that's almost damn near? I mean, Horford's older than him.
Yeah,
that's great. Horford is older than him. Like how
crazy.
Complex.
It's hard to. I mean,
the respect
someone that's younger than you and being managed. He's doing his thing right now.
Yeah.
Boston is 12. They just beat the Pelicans tonight. We're 12-3. Started off a little shaky. We're 12-3. I think we've won like 7 or 8 in a row. Tatum is balling out. Jalen is balling out.
Yeah.
We look like we look like right where we picked up. I mean, we picked up right where we left off. Yeah, we picked up right where we left off. I mean, we're looking really good, man. Brogdon, that was a hell of a pickup. He's been hurt the past few games, but we haven't even got Robert Williams back. One of the top rebounders in the league.
Absolutely.
Haven't even got him back. Gallinari, he got hurt, so he's not even playing right now. He's out for the season. Who else is balling for us right now? I mean, Marcus Smart, he's doing his thing.
You just said that's our guys' big three. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, obviously, and Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
You got to have a big three in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not conventional as far as a big, so to speak, but you got to have 3 players that you can consistently count on. Yep. You know they're going to produce for the most part. Might have an off night here and there, but you know what you're going to get from those 3 guys. Right. So,
all the time.
You got all time.
And then when Robert Williams gets back to the mix, I mean, that's just going to make us that much better.
He's a hooper.
Yeah, he's just one of those cleanup guys, dirty guy. Really do the dirty work. I'll get my hands dirty. I'm gonna grab the boards offensively and defensively, and I ain't even looking to score. Like I don't even got to score. I'm just gonna grab the boards.
Off of secondhand rebounds, off a hustle punch,
right.
Which you need those. You feel me?
Right, but they do implement them on the pick and roll a lot too. So that's how he gets a lot of buckets as well. But yeah, Boston is playing outrageous right now. Milwaukee doing their thing, even though they're banged up.
I like what you were about to say a second ago with Atlanta, bro.
Yeah, man. We talked about that trade. They got DeJounte Murray. from
Murray's
San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I feel like Trae Young is just living so ecstatic now because now he has finally a backcourt duo with him that can kind of,
now you got a 1-2 combo over there.
Right. Now, I mean, Trae, I feel like had to be Superman for them to even have a chance at winning every time. He was dropping 46, 50, 60 points or something like that.
So they can compete.
Right. Now you got DeJounte Murray, another guard, quick, can get to the basket, has a mid-range.
Off of him, you know
yes, exactly. Trae don't have to rely too much on Trae. It's not so much offensively driven through him.
Especially when he gets double teamed, bro.
Right,
and you see it at the half-court line. I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
Capella's grabbing 20 boards a game, something like that. Like, he's grabbing crazy boards. I would say, 18 and 20, like. Another dirty player who's just not a dirty player, but instead of there's a cleanup player who's going to do the dirty work. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just going to grab the boards, pick and roll, knows his role, not going to ask for anything, not going to do anything crazy, shooting threes and like that. He played within himself. When you're an NBA player like that, you can find a spot on your team when you know yourself, you know your role. You can get paid a lot of money for doing that. So, and in Cleveland, I mean,
squad
talked about that. Donovan Mitchell, and then
I got their roster.
Garland. There's Garland.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love still playing, a vet, still playing, holding it down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We're actually one of the only teams. I mean, we got 3 losses. I mean, they handed us one of our losses. Donovan Mitchell, he's a baller.
Ricky Rubio, Robin Lopez.
They got a squad.
I didn't think that he was going to be that impactful to
right away
the way he was right away. But I mean, I'm wrong. Look what he's doing.
Yeah, no, they got some. They got some. I like Cleveland, man. They're mostly because I fuck with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah,
that guy's a
hooper.
Baller. He's a hooper. I like him. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be interesting this year. Cleveland, I think they're one of the more underrated teams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Out the East, but I think they're gonna be able to kick some ass this year.
Oh yeah,
because they've been quiet for so long. Now they got another superstar over there.
That's
all they've been needing for the last since LeBron era.
Kyrie, LeBron,
exactly.
Yeah, don't be surprised if they make a deep playoff run. I'm talking about past first round and a competitive second round. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be interesting where they finish at the end of the season. Especially, Atlanta is another one.
Seeding is going to be key. Seeding is going to be key for these playoff teams. Who they play the first round. Obviously, you don't want to draw a tough matchup. Every team in the playoffs is good.
Milwaukee or Boston first round.
Right. You don't. You want to play someone that's kind of in the mid-pack. So this regular season is going to come down. It's going to be interesting, man. I'm looking. The NBA is popping right now. So many good teams.
So many good teams. And speaking about the East, the Nets. How do you guys feel about the fucking Nets?
There's too much controversy.
Oh yeah. I mean, someone's got to go. Kyrie's over there. We can touch on that as it is, but Kyrie's over there. Durant's over there. Ben Simmons over there. Ben Simmons is not. It's not working now. He's not an offensive player.
He's not.
To me, he's not playing within himself. He's playing scared. He doesn't.
He's going through the motions. He's not playing with that assertiveness that he once had when he was with Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I feel like when you're a player of that caliber, you have to look to score. That might not be in your game, but you just have to look to score because that opens up so much stuff. Man, you can't have a player on the court who doesn't look to score because then you're playing 4-on-5.
You just running up and down the court.
You're playing 4-on-5. No matter how good he is defensively on offense, the defense knows this guy does not look to score. We don't even got to bother with him.
He's never had a good shot, but play down low.
Get dirty. Get dirty. Get a little post game right. Get the post game going.
Right.
Run some pick and roll action. He does not look to score the ball,
he doesn't.
bro. Like
he dishes the ball. You saw Kyrie.
Shoot the ball.
He yelled at him. Shoot the ball. Shoot the ball, man.
I'd be frustrated. I'd be frustrated to play with him.
Do you think social media has a problem with it? Do you think that fucks with a player's mental?
Nowadays it does, especially a player coming up in the game.
Yeah.
If you're an older veteran player, no. LeBron's been dealing with that his whole life, coming into the game. Dwayne Wade, those players like that, or similar players in the league. Jason Tatum kind of came in with it, but it's a certain person's character and demeanor. Even Kawhi kind of is a player like that, kind of came up with social media.
Right.
But you have to have that certain solid skin and that charisma and just being solid and knowing, I don't think it affects him. I can't say it affects him, but I know, I feel like partially it might. It might affect when he hears certain things, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like it does because I just don't understand why he doesn't look to score being that big of a player and having that much of a mismatch. It's almost you're a bucket every time down the floor almost.
You should, and you know what? I think he just needs to go somewhere where he's going to get more touches. Why you're not gonna get the touches you want. Right.
That could be an issue too because you're playing on a team with Durant. It's kind of like I'm giving Durant the ball every time.
And then if I don't give it to him, I'm gonna give it to Kyrie. And they telling me to shoot it you know what I'm saying? Like, he put him on a fucking Charlotte.
He just needs to come to Woodland Park over here. He got to start over, playing with your boys.
They just got too much controversy. They just fired Steve Nash
for no reason.
For no reason. They didn't do anything.
I don't think Steve Nash was the problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, Loki, they probably should have even never hired him to be keeping the strategy.
I agree.
They need vets over there, like KD and these guys played against Steve Nash a little bit of their career.
Probably,
just a small part of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like,
they need an OG in the game, right?
He's
for
an
sure.
OG.
That's an OG, but they need someone else that just.
They need the nigga. They need a
yes.
name. They need the name.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't want to say what it is.
Nigga over there.
They need like a Chauncey Billups,
they need somebody that's gonna bring that. It's New York. That's Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
That comes with the swagger, just that name.
That
like they gotta get that shit together.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know if Kyrie's gonna be over there with all the controversy.
I don't know if Kyrie wants to be there.
I don't think if I was Kyrie, I'd be like, fuck y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Kyrie's getting done dirty right now. He should not have to be doing everything he's doing.
They're making
him like a child.
Treating him like a damn child.
Yeah.
Let him play the damn game. He gave his apology. He suspended him for 5 games.
The apologies.
Right.
Took his salary away for how many some odd games? Get them. I mean, he's projected to play this Sunday. That's been too long. He should have been back in. And this is weeks ago.
And you know, it's kind of like it kind of scares me in a way because Kyrie's one of my favorites.
I watched the finals game over there with him when he hit that game when he hit that shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, this is also the same guy that sat out over not getting
because he stood for his beliefs
without getting the V word.
Right.
I don't even want to say that on.
I hear you.
Without getting the V word, you know what I'm saying?
But it just sucks because you can't speak your mind anymore without repercussions. You know.
Yeah.
And he did, and he explained it like, bro, I wasn't trying to do nothing. I read a book that's out on a public platform.
Right.
And I thought it's something that my people might want to link. Go fuck with this.
People are treating him like he was reading the damn satanic Bible.
Bible.
No,
bro,
he was not doing that.
And there's plenty of books and documentaries and more shit that says that. Now you get on social media, and now that it's just flooded with more and more information about it.
Firestorm.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, he wasn't doing that coming from a hurtful place. We're so sensitive.
You touched on it, though. Coming from a hurtful place, I feel like it's so hard for people to judge someone's intent, and I understand that because you don't know where someone's coming from. But you can go based off a person's character and in their background. I mean, knowing Kyrie, look at all the stuff he's done for the community. Look at all the things he's done in communities, different places he's been at, things like that. See, other things he's
look
opened
at the kids
up.
he's helped, you know like stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Right. So yeah, I agree completely, 100%. He has to be able to play in the league. We should be able to speak our mind. Now I understand if he even speaks and things like that. Now if it's hurtful and hateful, and there's certain barriers to it that I think you can clearly know when someone's intent based on their tone, and there's other things you can monitor. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta fix that issue. I feel like as a society we're a little too sensitive nowadays. We really can't take a joke. We need to understand when someone's joking. We need to understand their intent. And if we don't understand it, we should ask them, hey, what do you mean by that? Without having to be confrontational. And automatically think, oh, well, he said it like this, so he automatically, no, it's not even like that.
And then it's like, and when he denies it and says, no, I have love for everybody.
Right.
They ask him the same question. Like he's like, I don't see how this correlates to the game of basketball, but I'll answer your question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like ask him about the game. What? And it's like all these the snippets of the reporters asking, they're harassed. They doing it. It's being pushed on him.
Right.
It's being pushed.
Yeah,
it
too
was
much.
a fucking post, bro. We don't give a. Artists post, bro. We post crazy shit on that fucking internet all day.
You see crazier than that all the time.
Bro, if that's informational, if he felt like sharing that on his platform, he can, bro.
Right.
They stripping away your freedom of speech in a way. It's like, and I get that he's just a basketball player.
Yeah.
But this is Kyrie. If you ask him, that motherfucker gonna speak up and he gonna get that off his chest. Because you have your freedom.
He has the rights to do that.
You have your right.
We're not a communist country yet.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm not gonna lie, it kind of bothered me, but you know, LeBron didn't say nothing wrong, but it's just like,
yeah, he didn't have his back either. He didn't have his back either right away.
He didn't have his back
right away.
And I feel like LeBron, I mean, being the face of the NBA as he is, I feel like he should have touched on it more. And I mean, he did speak up. He said, I feel like he shouldn't have had to take this many steps to get back in the game. He did say that, but I mean, that's his brother. You know what I'm saying? He won championship with him.
And he talking about he want to come back to LA.
Right.
Stupid mother. Come on, fool.
LeBron, he used to be a good GM, but now with these players nowadays, it's almost like the same thing with the Kobe effect. Really, like certain players, they really didn't want to play with Kobe in a certain way because of who he was. I'm not saying LeBron had that type of effect, but LeBron's on the latter end of his career. A lot of these guys, they want to go at Bron. They don't want to play with Bron. They want to go at the king. I don't want to sit beside the king. I want to be the king, right? So he has to make do with what he has over there, and they got to all pick it up and step it up, So, but yeah, Kyrie, hope to see you on the court soon, man.
Yep.
You are box office to say the least.
Yeah,
man.
And, shout out Kyrie.
Yeah, shout out Kyrie, man. He needs all the love and everything like that. We all could use some love for sure.
Yeah, just when you come to Boston, you're gonna get that ass.
Yeah. Actually, they came to LA too and got work too. We weren't playing, but
we just worked.
Yeah, we needed
Brooklyn.
that. We needed that. Lakers ain't doing much this year anyway.
And I love KD, but hey. If KD don't get another chip somewhere else on his own, his legacy is
tainted.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm not taking away from him.
He only has 2, right?
Yeah.
Right, it's like, and it's with Golden State. So
right.
This he got a half of them, bro. Come on, bro. At Golden State, at the peak, they was finna win no matter what.
I think they skated through every 4-0 throughout the whole thing.
They skated through that. Yeah.
But
you got Clay, Steph. KD,
and KD,
come on.
So how do you guard that?
When I heard that he was going over there, I'm like,
I couldn't believe it.
But Chris Paul couldn't come to the Lakers back in the day.
Don't get me started.
I'm forever going to hold that.
It's a different age now, you know what I'm saying?
I'm forever holding that against the NBA.
Let's switch over to hockey.
Man, hockey. It's getting cold, and they be out there playing in the cold, so
hockey, it's a great sport. I know you guys don't touch on a lot of hockey, but I'm trying to incorporate you guys more into it. You know what I'm saying?
Tan has been putting me on hockey as of late. I think 2 years back, I'm starting to understand the game more, the offside and things like that, and certain penalties and what have you. So Tan has been on point with his hockey for a minute. So we're slowly but surely I'm trickling onto the hockey for sure.
Let's start with the West. Vegas, man, they're balling right now. They got our ex-coach Bruce. We fired Bruce Cassidy. He goes over to Vegas. I think they're like 13-3 right now. They're balling.
Ever since they've been an expansion team, didn't they win it like their first year?
They went to the finals their first year, as a new expansion team. So they're ripping it up. The Kings are they're number 2.
Shout out LA.
Shout out LA. They're the number 2 seed in the Western Conference right now. They're doing their thing. Dallas, they're creeping up. I wasn't expecting Dallas to be at the top 3 this early in the season, but
what are they? Stars, like that?
Dallas Stars, Dallas Stars. But they're there. Winnipeg, they're doing their thing. I think they're like maybe 9-7 or something like that. So not a crazy record, but they're.
What you talking about the Stars?
No, Winnipeg Jets. Yeah.
Okay, the Jets they're 10-4.
10-4. Oh, okay.
That's solid.
That's solid though. They're right behind the Stars.
Yeah. So switch over to the East. Boston, man.
Boston.
Hey,
what a time to be a Boston fan right now.
Everyone counted us out after the playoffs last year. Said that we were too old. We were washed up. We were gonna scratch and claw into the playoffs this year because we had Brad Marchand, one of the top scorers in the league. He was expected to be out till December. He actually rehabbed himself fast enough to get back a month early. He came back about 2 weeks ago. Charlie McAvoy, our top defenseman, he was supposed to be out till December as well with the off-season surgery. He came back a week ago. We're 15-2.
Bro,
15-2.
Boston Celtics and Boston Bruins combined record is like 28-5.
We are 10-0 at home right now.
5-game win streak.
We are 10-0 at home. We have not lost at home yet. We had a 6 or 7 game win streak to start the season. We lost one. And then now we're on another 5-game winning streak. Hockey's a very long season. You're going to go through your bumps as
how many games in a hockey season?
80.
It's
about the same thing as NBA.
What the fuck?
83, 82.
But
they're getting hit out there. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I can't even skate on rollerblades, let alone on ice skates, and be out there hitting and maneuvering and finessing.
They say football is a contact sport. Hockey is a collision sport.
Collision you're flying into people.
Yeah, they let you. That's one sport that hasn't really changed its rules based off certain things. These guys out there spitting their teeth out on the floor on the ice.
Chunking.
You feel me?
They're throwing blows at you. So yeah, Boston, top team, not even in the East, in the NHL right now. I mean, I'm hoping we get this. We get this Stanley Cup this year. Man, I'll be ecstatic.
Boston is one of those cities, man, where it's like every few years it seems like they go through their turns, man. It's like they have times. It's like there was years where like Boston, the Patriots, Bruins, and the Celtics were like balling out,
going
like
crazy.
That. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I feel like low key. Right now, it's their turn. The Celtics are playing hot. Bruins are playing hot, man. Shout out to Beantown, being on the West Coast over here.
Winning a ring this year, man.
Bro, no, I don't want to imagine that.
So, second team in the East, New Jersey. I did not expect them to be coming out the gates like this. They're on a 10-game win streak right now. They're on a 10-game heater.
The Devils playing hot, huh?
Devils are hot right now.
Yeah,
they
bro.
are 13-3. 14-3. 14-3. So they won tonight. Okay.
Yeah, they won tonight.
So they're 14-3. Nobody expected them to be this good this early.
11-game win streak.
I wasn't. It's 11 because they won tonight. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I said 10. Yeah, it's 11-game win streak, bro. They're rolling. So I expect them to cool off. They got a lot of young players. So we'll see where they're at in about a month. I do expect them to cool off. I mean, we're all probably going to cool off just a little bit. Every team does.
Right.
But hey, we'll see what happens with them. They got a young squad over there. Palat's not even in the lineup right now. I mean, he was a big acquisition in the offseason coming over from Tampa, winning some rings over there with them. And he's not even playing right now, I don't think so. When they get him back, I mean, that's just going to boost them down even more.
Now, in hockey, like in basketball, a team might go like 10 W's in a row, 10, 15, right? And they'll lose 6 or 7 in a row.
Yes.
And then so do you think the higher the streak is, do you think that's what every team would do? You think a team could pretty much?
I don't know, because Tampa, I mean, they almost won 3 Stanley Cups in a row, and
right.
I don't think they lost more than 3 games in a row last year. I mean, you can fact check me, but I don't think they lost more than 3 games in a row. It's like, you lose one, you come back and win 3. You know what I'm saying? So it's those type of teams are championship caliber. You know what I'm saying?
Is it cut off?
Saying no space on memory card.
Okay, let's do a commercial break. And you know what? We gonna start. I want to do some commercials on here. We gonna get our products right. I just did it on the last podcast, so we gonna work on for the Set the Tone podcast, we're going to have some sponsors, from some local businesses, sports businesses. We got some merch coming soon, you feel me? And, I got to shout out Josh because can you explain the name of Set the Tone before we get back into hockey, before we go into our commercial break real quick? Like where that came from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, kind of like back to the mama mentality thing, it's a lifestyle type of deal. You feel me? Mama mentality, you carry that. Don't matter the sport, it's just in life in general, you know what I'm saying? Right. My mentality, that's something that's bigger than the sport. And same thing with Set the Tone. Obviously, it's a catchphrase you hear often within sports, setting the tone, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the tone is acronym for standing for taking over, no exceptions. So personally, when I go into a building or I go into work, or wherever I'm doing, whatever I'm venturing off in, I'm there to set the tone. And when I walk in that room, people are going to know, I'm there type of deal. Not based off just my energy or whatever like that. Just how I carry myself. I don't need to really be flamboyant or be loud or things like that. There's a time and a place for everything. But I feel like setting the tone is something you can do throughout your life every day.
It's a lifestyle. It's it doesn't just go into sports. You can apply that to your everyday in and outs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. No matter what profession you're in, that's what it's about. Setting the tone, going in there, taking care of business, so to speak. Right. So that's what we're about, man. We're setting the tone over here for the sports podcast, and that's what we want to do.
Absolutely, and we're going to keep it going. And we'll be right back after this commercial. You feel me? After some good sports and all that, we'll be right back with some more.
Yes, sir.
My hardest times often led me to my greatest moments. Waking up from nightmares of being stuck at the bottom. Got anxiety, sweat dripping down my face when I wrote this. Pray harder if I ever question my faith. Mixing love and betrayal, so...
Super excited.
We live back in the
race. Yeah, we back in this bitch, man.
Back to it. Ain't nothing else but to do it.
Yeah, I had to take a brief intermission, you know what I'm saying? But we back.
Set the Tone, episode 4. We back with it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. We were leaving off right there with hockey, right? Looking at, the New York Islanders over there, too.
Yeah,
along with Carolina.
They're creeping up there. So, but yeah, like I said, it's the same as basketball. They have the same timeline. They're, maybe a quarter away in the season. So, got a lot to go, and we'll see what happens. But I think that rips it up for hockey. You wanna take the lead on NFL?
Oh man, I mean, you see it.
We not even talking nothing else besides.
Oh, I mean, you see what's going on, man. Vikings are 8-1.
Yeah, man.
Again, I say it again. 8-1. The only team we lost to was undefeated. They took that L on Monday night. Shout out Washington. Good looking on that. We're still tied up with them. Hopefully we can sneak that number 1 seed away from them, you know what I'm saying? But we are looking amazing. We're playing better each game. Offense is coming along. Defense is lights out. Darius Smith and Daniil Hunter, I know my own guys play. I'm so excited. We're not leading the league, but we're up there as far as top 10 in quarterback pressures on our D-line.
Right.
You know, our line, Darius, our left guard, he's playing lights out. He's I think top ranked, number 1 as far as the left tackle goes. You know what I'm saying? So shout out him on there on the O-line. That was a big concern for us as a Viking fan. You know, if you follow football, the Vikings always had like a pretty rough O-line. O-line was always tough.
History.
But even Kirk Cousins now, when the pocket closes, he makes a decision. One run he had against Arizona when he ran for like a 20-yard tug.
Yeah.
Outsprinted a few linebackers. That's the Kirko I need over there, man. When he's making plays on the run, you know, not necessarily need him to do that every time, but being able to progress the play as the play breaks down and make something happen, not throw it away, not throw a pick. Man, that Buffalo game of the year.
Talk about it.
Hands down, I don't see another game beating that. Last year's playoff run was amazing, but I don't see another regular season game coming close to just the madness that broke down. The 4th and 18, JJ going up, grabbing it from, you know, with the one up from the 2 hands.
Bro, that was, in my opinion, that was the equivalent of Edelman's Super Bowl versus Falcons catch.
Yeah.
That was right there up there, bro. How did he come down with that?
Not only did he come down with it, but it's still like to not lose control of it on the way down.
He was falling down, and I don't know how that's humanly possible.
So he makes that catch, right? And then another big play down the line. I think it was like a 3rd and 12 or something like that. We go down there. Kirk throws another dart. Boom. Takes it. Catches it. Takes another hit. Slams down. That way with a first down. My guy is a stud, man.
But he's been a stud since LSU.
Yeah.
Where, you know.
You can tell he's a gamer. He wants the ball in those situations.
Right.
He's not afraid of the moment. Being a 2nd-year, 3rd-year player, doing that, I mean, that's just amazing. That's just amazing for him to have that resolve. I mean, he won a championship at LSU, like you said. So he had that championship caliber, heart, that grind, that grit. And he's changed the team around. And shout out Kevin O'Connell, our head coach. You know, coming from the Rams, as offensive coordinator, you do certain things behind the scenes that ain't really known. Obviously, Sean McVay ran the Rams team and things like that. But Kevin O'Connell has a brilliant mind. The plays that he calls sometimes, you know, the fake fullback handoff, the pitches, or the fullback runs to the fake pitches. I mean, this dude is always thinking.
Think about this though.
2 steps ahead.
Your head coach left the Rams. Rams ain't doing so hot on offense right now. They're actually pretty dog shit on offense right now.
Yeah. You know, and they obviously don't have the same personnel, but they lost OBJ, but they still have Cooper Kupp.
You still got Coop.
Right, still got Coop, and you got Robinson over there, Allen Robinson over there.
Allen Robinson
you know what I'm saying? So the running back issues, it is what it is. But yeah, the Vikings are playing lights out right now. We got Dallas coming up this week. I'm gonna go out and say we get the W, man. The Vikings got the fans feeling confident. These ain't the old Vikings of the past, where it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe hopefully we'll win. Nah, we go into games thinking we gonna win it,
right?
And we at home. You feel me? It's gonna be a great game. Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, those two are playing out amazing right now. And I'm just loving everything out of this Vikings team. I feel like we're just playing with a new energy.
Right.
We got that new swag, that new confidence. Right. It's a new energy in the building with a new owner, new head coach, and we're just playing loose right now. I made some great additions, and we're playing great.
Pre-Super Bowl pick.
I laughed about it in the first episode, right? And now we got to get there. We got to get there. We need. I feel like this is our time this year. To be honest, I feel like this is our time. The way the Buffalo game broke down, the way we've been coming back in games. Kirk Cousins down the stretch, 4th quarter, making money plays. Kirko chains.
Yeah.
Give the man his chains. Give the man the ice. And wouldn't that be amazing to have him lift up the Super Bowl trophy, Lombardi, and then we just ice him down with more ice? You feel me? So why not, man? Vikings don't have one. I would love to see us get one in my lifetime, and I hope this could be the year, man.
And you know what, bro? Just going back to the first episode, like, you talking about the Vikings, and me and Tanner kind of like,
Viking, Green Bay was the preseason favorite to win the division.
Yeah.
As they always are.
But to see it, like, to play out like this, man, you feel me?
No one expected this.
No one expected 8-1, bro.
Man, it makes me giddy to do the gritty and just think about it. I wouldn't even, like you said, as a Viking fan, you even got to be realistic. Every team wants to win every game, but come on, man. Competitive league, any given Sunday, anything can happen. For us to find a way to win games like we've been winning the games and coming back. Man, testament to that team. They're balling out. We're excited. It's an exciting time to be a Viking fan, man. So they're playing hot.
What's going on in Buffalo right now? What is going on?
Oh, you know what? I feel like they're a team kind of that's losing their swag a little bit.
Yeah.
I think when they lost those players on defense, though, they lost. I think it was Poyer for a little bit, and then the other safety. That kind of like was the heart and soul of that defense, so to speak. Obviously, they got Trey Edmonds over there.
Von Miller.
Yeah, great linebacker like that. But on the back end, though.
Oh, yeah.
You need those guys on the back end, and I don't know. I feel like they're just not playing with that swag anymore. Really, I feel like they obviously were coming into the season as a pre-Super Bowl favorite.
Right.
That team, they know that. You know what I'm saying? So they're coming in there with a certain type of swag, and right now they've been knocked down a little bit. So I'm sure they're gonna bounce back. They'll be fine. What happened was I think that Jets loss hit them a little tougher, right, and then they come back and now you lose to Minnesota the way you did. So it's gonna have some resolve. They're gonna need some resolve. That team is, and so.
Hey, but the Jets aren't any chumps though. I mean,
the
Jets are not chumps.
Speaking of the Jets and the Bills, his whole division currently right now is in the playoffs.
We're all over 500.
The whole division.
We're all
Dolphins 7-3.
Yeah,
come on, everybody's above. Yeah, Pats 5-4.
Bro,
right.
Everybody's
2 games out. 2 games out.
The AFC East is what we thought the AFC West was going to be.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. We really did. I was big on Denver.
We were both big on Denver.
Dead ass, bro. Because I was saying,
I'll eat it.
I'll eat it all day. I thought Russ was gonna,
They ain't looking like they ain't only averaging 18 points a game. That's like some Dookie water.
Yeah.
Even the Chargers though, I know the Chargers are like 500, but I thought they were gonna make a little more noise.
They're a little banged up too.
I think I read a fun stat the other day. They said that if the Broncos this season were to put up more than 18 points in each one of their games,
they'd be 8-1.
They'd be 8-1.
Their defense is playing crazy.
Their defense
like top
is
5.
balling right now. Their offense is just terrible.
They don't got it clicking.
It is terrible. And I thought, man, Russell Wilson is
let Russ cook. That boy done burnt down a few buildings already cooking over there, man. They ain't cooking nothing.
He ain't riding nothing.
He ain't riding nothing. You might have to ride a bench the way he's playing. Oh, man. But, so we got what? KC going to do their thing.
Yeah, KC's always going to do their thing.
Yeah, KC, they balling over there right now.
I slept on them a little bit. Losing Tyreek Hill, I thought that would be a big drop-off. No problem. We'll pick up a few free agents from the Giants or from the Packers. We got Juju. We'll just make some plays happen. We still got Mahomes.
Especially with the rest of the AFC, how they looking. They going, but Baltimore. See, I'm kind of
50-50 with Baltimore.
I'm kind of.
They're too inconsistent.
Yeah, they're too inconsistent.
I don't know, 6-3, man.
I mean, the record is good, right?
Yeah, but like the Ravens were another team that I was saying in the first episode.
Well, Jackson hasn't got paid yet, right?
Nice.
I think that's a big reason of how he's playing right now. I mean, obviously he's a competitor. Back to what you were saying earlier. If you're a competitor, you're a competitor. But you got to think about it. When you're a top 5 quarterback in the league and you're not being paid, it could affect your game.
Yeah, for sure. It could go both ways. Either you playing with a chip on his shoulder for that, or you kind of, I'm going to say not playing as hard, but you're more conscious of knowing your context situation. Like, I can't take this here. I got to make a business decision here. And so he can't be the Lamar Jackson that we know other Lamar Jackson going out there playing backyard football, hitting spin moves and doing all kind of crazy things. So that could be an effect for sure. They're gonna be a playoff team. I like Lamar Jackson as a person.
Yeah,
I low-key like the Ravens, man, and I hope he does well because he gets a lot of criticism for not performing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he's only been there a few times, so he definitely has something to prove, so to speak, especially with the contract situation. I mean, how big would it be for him to go, right? Imagine this. Let's say this scenario, right? Imagine he goes to the playoffs. He beats Josh Allen, right, in one round. Then he has to go place Mahomes. He beats Mahomes in one round, right? I mean, that's going to put the icing on the cake. And then make a Super Bowl run, so to speak. So, in a contract year, you know what I mean? So, obviously, that's something that maybe he wants to envision. Who knows? Who knows that will break down? That'll be a cool Super Bowl run for sure.
Absolutely.
If do that.
And it's very possible.
Right. It's like kind of like what Tom Brady did, right? Beats Aaron Rodgers. Then he beats Drew Brees. And he beats another Hall of Fame quarterbacks like to make it. Beat Mahomes or something like that. Mm-hmm. So you got to make those runs. It could be that year.
How you feel about Philly? Think it's a fluke? You think they're going to start falling off?
I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't stand Philly. Philly can't stand us, and I can't stand Philly either. What's the deal? I can't rock with Philly. Their fans are ruthless. It's all good. Minnesota's all love. We're a different breed over there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be a grimy gutter Minnesotan. Man, fuck Philly. I ain't rocking with Philly like that, man. They talking all that dog stuff on Kirk, you feel me? I hope we see him again. I ain't gonna cap. Guess what? I know we lost to him this year. We lost to him tough that one year with Case Keenum. When we had that Minneapolis Miracle against the Saints. That's a big high to come off of that game. We got our asses whooped. I ain't gonna take it away from that. But I have a feeling we might see them down the road again, except this time it's going to be at our house.
I think so.
I think it's going to be at our
You got a
house.
different type of swagger.
I hope somehow we can get. It's just crazy how the 1 year the Vikings are balling out. You got 3 other teams who are like 7-2, 7-3, right? So that number 1 seed this year, you are going to have to earn it on the NFC side. And that's going to mean everything for sure. Because that's a bye week. Think about it. Automatic 1 seed. You go to the next week. 1 more win, you're in the championship round. For the NFC, it's just 1 win away. You feel me? And so, and the thing about football is that it comes down to 1 game. It's not a series.
Why do you think the Patriots had all that success? Because they would always get those first round buys. You win 2, you're in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference of having to win 3. Because I mean that game, it's everything.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen that game. You know, so it's just I would love for us to get that number 1 seed for sure. I think we're going to win our division. Obviously, we're going to do that, but we're going to need a little bit more help. You know, I think our schedule is a little bit more tough than Philly's is. They still got to see Dallas one more time. We play Dallas this coming week. They got to see Washington one more time, I think, and the Giants. But outside of their division, I don't think they play that many tough teams. So, but you know what? I'm confident in my team this year. I think that if we do get into the playoffs, we won some games even without our new head coach, which Zimmer. We beat the Saints 1 year. We lost to the 49ers after that. But this team, I have a new confidence in this team. I think Minnesota fans, they feel that.
Right.
And I think the NFL feels that as well. Like this, you're confident in this team going into them, thinking that they have a chance to win it all and to win games.
That'll carry through the whole season.
Facts.
And through to the celebration. You feel me? After they get the chip. So I think when you feel the swagger in the building and you feel like can't no one fuck with us right now, that shows on the field.
Oh yeah,
you
for sure.
Confidence,
momentum.
Yeah, they've been showing on the field. Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
It's gonna be a fun halfway next to the last half of the season. Thanksgiving coming up. Speaking of that, we got Vikings, Pats.
I'm eating that turkey leg.
We got a brew on the line usually too. And
I'm eating that turkey leg that day.
He gonna eat the one that they make. He ain't eating the one that Pats ain't eating the one.
A winning turkey leg, baby.
It's gonna be a good game.
Winner, turkey dinner.
It's gonna be a good game. Having a good season. The NFL season has been litty this year.
Yeah.
I mean, so many storylines and surprising teams. It's been a wild ride so far, man. I can only imagine what the last half is going to be like, and then even the postseason run. So, yeah, man, Skull Gang, you already know what it is.
Let's
go, all right.
Yeah, so we're going to jump in.